I got my visa at the 5th attempt.
I know a friend of mine who never gave up also. He's from
Yes.
Mombasa. He's a very good friend of mine, like a family friend. He tried so many times. Paka nikawa namuuliza, boss, so
Ini
what
ya nini
nayo
sasa,
bwana?
yeah.
You know, eventually, alikubaliwa.
Alipata.
Eventually alienda.
Yes.
Eventually alienda,
In fact, I always
so you
tell...
can't give up.
Yeah. In fact, I always tell even some of our students, because we get students actually getting denied visa in our program. Although we have a very, very, very intensive visa coaching program within the program, we take students through the training, how to answer questions and stuff like that. We have mocks.
Okay.
We analyze them.
Before
they go to the embassy. Yeah, because you have to know what you're going to go and say there.
Yes.
But still, it's never guaranteed. In fact, statistics show that Africans, visa approval rates for Africans, it's below 30%. In fact, for Kenya, visa approval rate, the last one, I think it was in 2024, it was about, I think, 23-24%.
Wow.
So basically, over 75% of Kenyans
are
denied visas. Yes. So if you cannot stomach the fact that you can be denied a visa, I always advise someone, don't try it.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome once again. This is AMTV and we are live ndani ya Panari Hotel, an amazing space. Tumepewa na Panari hapa. What a nice partnership we've had, you know, since we started AMTV. So asanteni sana watu wangu wa Panari Hotel. By the way, in case uko Mombasa Road na unataka place ya kwenda kukaa tu na mtu wako labda ama na besti yako ama ka meeting kidogo, some cup of coffee, a meal and stuff, stop by Panari Hotel. There's sample parking. There's very good service. There's amazing meals, you know. Uta enjoy. So anyway, straight away, ndani ya episode number what? Producer? Aya, utatuambia. Again, right now, there's an episode we did here a few days ago. Tulikuwa na US Navy, ndani ya AMTV, Masi Koech, mtoto wa kutoka maeneo ya Kericho. Kaingia US Navy, kaperform vizuri sana kule, kaenda combat Afghanistan, you know, akaja pia kapiga service Somali huku, you know, right now yuko injured kidogo, anapitia therapy kidogo, lakini pia ameingia katika sports za shooting. I'm telling you, and I love the comments katika YouTube pale. Anaitwa nani huyu? Anaitwa Getisi alisema, my take home, opportunity meets preparedness. Beauty with brains is such an advantage in life. The bottom line, God's favor. As GTC. Pale katika YouTube, I love the comments up and down. Kuna mmoja anaitwa Okal Joseph, anasema, keep it up, Mercy. You're an amazing person with an awesome story, and you're definitely destined for so much more. Mercy, if you're watching, you're the message kutoka kwake huyu Okal Joseph. Someone else said, anaitwa Coin Losake. Anasema namna hii hapa. Anasema kwamba Mwakideu, I love this interview so much. Nilimsikia Masi pia katika radio na nimeipenda sana. Anaitwa nani huyu mwingine? Changtwol Kiprono. Anasema, hello. Is she the daughter of Mohammed, son of Soiz Arap Ruto? I think I know her father. Somebody knows you here, Mercy. Somebody knows you. Ni kama amevuta uko paka uko Kericho. I'm telling you. So today, after your episode, wengine wakaingia katika inbox wakaniambia, Mwakideu, story ya Mercy imetufanya tutake kujua ni aje hii mambo ya Stato. Because Mercy alisema hapa, alipopata scholarship, you know, what she wanted after high school was a scholarship to the United States of America. So Mercy aliaminisha kuingia katika mbio riadha. Mercy akakimbia katika riadha. Riadha ikampatia scholarship. Akaenda United States of America kwenda kusoma. Kwenda kufika kule Stato, akakaa kidogo masomo pale, akasema, no, right now what I need is citizenship. So for Mercy, what she did, she joined the US Navy akijua kwamba hiyo ndo njia yake rahisi ya kuingia katika citizenship, ya kupata citizenship ya America. Right now she's a citizen. She's a citizen of the United States of America, na pia ni citizen wa hapa nchini kwetu Kenya. So today nimeita rafiki yangu sana wa miaka mingi sana. The last time we saw each other ilikuwa 2023. For him, he's lived in the United States for the last 17 years. Alienda pale pia kama student kama Masi. All right? Ye pia yuko na story yake. Apparently, there are so many stories about a lot of students, Kenyans who go to the United States, wameenda kusoma pale, you know, the struggles of becoming a citizen, you know, struggles za kusoma pale, unafanya kazi ndogo ndogo na kadhalika, una hustle. A lot of Kenyans don't have enough money to go to the States, kwenda pale, kwenda kupiga kazi ama kusoma pale. The funding is a huge problem. Mwiti ananiambia hapa, Bob Mwiti, kwamba jamani Mwakideu, you actually need almost 7 million kwenda kuanza masomo kule United States. Almost 7 million. Can you imagine? Who has 7 million za kwenda state kwenda kujisomea pale? So Mwiti, as a student, alikaa pale, akaona the struggles and everything. Eventually, akaanzisha International Scholars Program. Inaitwa ISP. A US-based education and immigration advisory company ambayo alianzisha 8 years ago. Bob Mwiti, my brother from another mother. Karibu sana katika AMTV.
Thank you, bro.
Good to see you again, bro.
Asante sana.
Habari siku mingi?
It's been 3 years now. Bana.
Tupa sana since 2023.
I know, time flies.
Time flies, man.
Time flies.
How's it going?
But I've been well.
Na
bado also unaona uko sawa.
Pole pole tu.
That's good.
Yeah, umekuja lini?
Nice. I came last week.
Last week.
Sijakaa sana. Nilikuja hii siku yenye kulikuwa na mafuriko. Hiyo Friday, I just came maybe a day before.
Oh, like on Thursday?
Yeah, I think I came on Thursday.
Wewe ndio umetuletea mafuriko Nairobi.
That's what they were saying.
And you know very well that we can't handle it here.
I know.
This is not America, man.
I know. But nasikia kuna boats za ziko huko nini. Zenye mtu anaweza tumia
Sakaja amesema sio mimi.
Ndio alisema.
Everyone is saying it's not me, bada. You know, hii problem imekuwa tangu zamani.
Kuna hizo boats za Uhuru Park. I think we can still use those ones to move around.
This one was deadly.
But it was really bad.
This one was deadly.
It was a really, really sad situation. Especially seeing people losing their lives there. Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to be to worsen as time goes by. Because, you know, Nairobi pia, buildings nazo zinazidi kukua mingi zaidi. Kwanza watu kama nyinyi mkenda state home, mkirudi hivi after many years, unashangaa there's so many other buildings. South Sea, Kilimani is not Kilimani anymore.
Developments everywhere. Everywhere. Kwanza huko Kilimani, everywhere, Kileleshwa, you know, all that. It's like, I don't know where people are getting the money, but it seems like there's a lot of money around.
So watu ni wengi zaidi?
Kwa real estate.
Yes. Watu ni wengi zaidi? Nyumba ni nyingi zaidi? Sewage system is the same since Uhuru. Yeah,
that's usually the problem now, you know. Sometimes also we tend to not develop buildings, but nini infrastructure ya sewerage and all that haiko. Kwa sababu unaonanga saa zingine unaona hata building mingi sana unaona kwenye zimejengwa, barabara yenye iko around hapo si poa. Unashindwa sio kwanza mtengeneze barabara ndio buildings zikuwe mzuri. So unaona hata even these other expressway we have. Hii barabara ya chini iliachwa tu ikiwa hivyo unaona ni mbaya, you know. The drainage there is not that good. I don't know how we do things, but anyway.
Anyway, Bob Mwiti, karibu katika sisi. Tusiingie katika siasa za Nairobi.
Yes, tusiingie, but thank you so much for having me.
You don't want to be a politician, right?
No, I don't want.
Hakuna kitu nataka hapa.
Usije
kasema huyu jamaa anaongea hivi anataka kuwa governor.
Too much headache.
Too much headache.
Too much headache.
You can't do it.
No. Yeah.
But you can sponsor someone?
Yeah, can do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But politics, it's a lot of headache though.
Yeah.
Kwanza hii ya Nairobi, too much.
You don't want to do that?
No.
Okay, afadhali tu usaidie wanafunzi waende America.
Yeah.
All right, 17 years ago, wewe ndio huyo ukaenda state pale as a student. Unasema you learned a lot. What are some of the ways that Kenyans wanatumia kule majuu kusurvive hiyo after especially getting into the United States of America kwenda pale kusoma? What are some of the ways Wakenya wengi huwa wanatumia kusurvive kule? Because to be honest, if you're telling me you need almost 5 to 7 million to go to the States to study.
Yeah.
Mi najua wengi wetu hatuna bwana.
Yeah,
A lot
yeah.
of us don't have that money.
Yeah, you see
So
now,
how are they doing it?
you see that's the problem. You see now, even when you think of going abroad and being a student there, usually the process ya kwenda ndio also, that's where people also make maybe some mistakes, because you find a lot of people, because of the fact that venye tumesema, like you need a lot of money for you to study there.
Yeah.
Since a lot of people don't have that kind of money, mostly people usually borrow like a bank statement.
Hey, I've heard that
Okay,
a lot.
yeah, so shule
Wakenya lazima
huko,
tutafute njia za ujanja.
yeah, so huko unaitishwa like a bank statement. So shule inakuitisha bank statement,
Yeah.
ndio uonyeshe kama unaweza afford kusoma huko.
Yeah.
So you maybe go look for one, maybe from a uncle or whatever, whoever gives you the bank statement.
Yes.
Unapata, unaenda hapo embassy, you get the visa.
Yes.
But you see now the problem is, if you get that bank statement just to get the visa,
Yes.
it does not mean you have the actual money kama unaenda kusoma.
Of course, hauna sikupi pesa, si ni
Yeah,
statement unataka.
ni statement tu umepewa, umepresent, and then you just go there.
Yes.
And a lot of people think like utaenda huku uanze kufanya kazi, uweze kulipa school fees. Like for example, the way you are talking of like 5, 6, 7 million, people think like you can just go there and start working and pay for the school fees and also be able to live there comfortably, which is actually not really the case. Yeah, so that's actually one of the reasons actually why I formed the International Scholars Program, because personally I went to the US as a student. So it's one of those things that you start out of the challenges that you face yourself. It's like you are like, okay, there's this problem. You can clearly see it because you went through it and you actually want to solve it. And that's how I started this thing, because of the fact that
So did you
there's
have
a lot of problems for
Well,
people.
what is 7 million?
Well, okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
So my story goes back to kitambo sana,
Yeah.
when I was growing up. So me, I grew up with my grandparents.
Okay.
Mi nimezaliwa huko Meru.
Yes.
So I grew up with my grandparents, my dad na my mom walinipata wakiwa shule.
Okay.
And I grew up in a very humble family. Ile as in mnaenda shule, hakuna viatu, local primary school.
Yeah.
But I was very bright in school.
Okay.
So I ended up doing very well. But because of limited means za kusoma, also I was supposed to go to Nairobi school. I couldn't go to Nairobi school. I ended up going to a school called Nkobo High School.
Nkobo?
Nkobo.
Nkobo?
In Meru. Unaijua?
Nkobo, najua Nkobo, but I didn't know there was a high school there. But I know Nkobo.
Yeah.
The place.
The place, yeah.
You were supposed to come to Nairobi school.
I was supposed to come to
But there was
Nairobi
no enough
school.
money.
No money. I think at that time tulikuwa naitishwa like around 50,000 kukuja. I had done my KCPE in 1997. Yeah, I was among the top students in Meru County.
Okay.
But I could not get into Nairobi school.
Okay.
I had the offer, lakini sikuweza kwenda.
All right.
50,000 singe afford.
Okay.
Because it was my grandparents who were taking care of me.
Okay.
Na hakuwa na ini kazi.
All right.
So I ended up going to Nkobo High School, but still I did well in Nkobo High School. I got an opportunity to go to University of Nairobi, kwa hapa Chiromo campus.
All right.
So when I came, before I finished fourth form, nilikuambia story yangu. So when nilikizaliwa, my parents walikuwa young.
Yes.
Yeah, my dad was still in school.
That is high school.
He was in high school.
Okay.
My dad, when I was
Wow.
born.
Okay.
Yeah. So my dad is like 17 years older than me. My mom, I think she's like 16 years older than me. Yeah.
Okay.
Walikuwa tu
That's
watoto.
amazing.
Yeah. So
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Now you can actually walk
It's
with
one
your
of
dad mwende mahali mkae.
by the way, if you see my dad
Uchill, you
and
and
me,
your dad and your
utadhani is my big bro.
Okay.
Yeah, we look almost like the
Makosa
same age.
ilifanyika lakini sasa inakaa vizuri.
It's one of those, it's one of those things.
I know, right?
Yeah, so growing up mimi sikuwa na hata namjua.
Okay.
So but sasa nikalewa na my grandparents, they took care of me, but they didn't have the means and all that. But before I graduated from high school, nilikuwa form 4. So nilikuwa na a lot of school fees balance. My grandparents akasema, hey, you know what, we really need to look for your dad. Ndio aweze kusaidia sasa karo yangu ya shule.
Yes.
So anyway,
school living certificate.
Yeah. So by that time, my dad had also left. Alikuwa ametoka Kenya akaenda UK.
Okay.
Simujui at the time, but ameenda UK. But somehow they were able to get hold of him, and then so now that's when he came into my life.
Okay.
Now
After high school.
After high school.
Okay.
So even as I went to University of Nairobi, by the hata sikukaa sana. My dad kulikuwa na student strike. I think I was there for like 3 months.
Okay.
Alafu tukaenda nyumbani. Then my dad was like, you know what? No, hizi shule za public, sometimes you might spend maybe 4, 5, 6 years school nasoma, so let me take you to a better school. I was lucky enough akanipeleka Strathmore University.
Okay.
So nakwambia sasa maisha yangu nikilelewa ilikuwa humble.
Yes.
But somehow ikachange kutoka hapo. My dad took care of me. Kaenda Strathmore nikamaliza. But also before nimalize, is the one who actually started giving me the vibe ya kutaka kwenda abroad.
Okay.
Because he was already there.
Yes.
Him, he used to live in the UK. Akaanza kuniambia anaweza ni support. And that's how I found myself starting this process ya kutaka kwenda abroad. So for me, actually, the only challenge that I had at the time was the fact that I tried so many times to get the visa, but I was denied.
All right, the one for the your states.
Yeah.
Ama ya UK.
Nilijaribu ya UK mara 4.
Yes.
Nikanyimwa.
Reason?
You know,
never given a reason.
It's like they never really tell you exactly what the reason was.
Yeah.
What the reason is, but now when you look back, you can tell definitely why that was the case. Because one, I didn't even know how to express myself. The reason why I was going there. Secondly, also you see, also when you have your family on the other side, and you are looking for an immigrant visa, kama maybe visit visa or student visa, most likely utapewa visa because you are supposed to show your ties back to your country. That's usually how visa nini works.
Okay.
Ukitaka visa ya kwenda just for a few maybe months, like a visit visa, I'm a student, which is usually called a non-immigrant visa. You are supposed to show ties back to your country. Not the other side.
Not huko.
So kama uko na baba yako huko, utanyimwa because inaonyesha you might go there and stay there. Na visa hiyo yenye unapewa si ya kukaa, ni ya kurudi. And those are some of the people don't know.
Umeniambia kitu yenye. This thing has happened to a lot of my friends.
Yes.
This thing has happened. Kumbe that's the reason,
Yeah.
Kwa sababu wao wako na watu wao huko.
Wako na watu wao, unataka sasa tu sijui invitation nini my sister.
Kila siku wanakataliwa.
Yeah. Actually, the law, the immigration law says that when you go there seeking an immigrant visa, kama visit visa, student visa, anything that is not a green card, unafaa uende urudi.
Yes.
The law says that when you go there seeking that visa, the visa officer is supposed to assume that your intention is to go and overstay your visa. So it's up to you to show that utarudi, and by showing that you need to show that your ties ni kitu yenye inaweza kushika huku urudi.
Yani huku home ndio home.
Huku ndio home.
Ndio
kuna kila kitu.
Sina haja na kule. Huko nataka tu kitu. Niende tu
nisome, nirudi.
My parents are here.
Yes.
My sisters are here.
Kila kitu
I have a
huko.
child here.
Yes.
I have a shamba here.
Yeah.
I have a,
Yeah.
So they say, okay, this one now actually wants to just go and visit.
Just go visit, utapewa. Ama just go visit, just go and study. Sasa ukianza kusema sijui bro yangu ako huko sijui nini ameni-invite niende sijui what graduation, that's why you see people getting denied.
Okay.
It happens all the time and people don't realize that.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Now we know. Now we know. All right.
Yeah. So
that's the reason why UK iligonga mwamba 4 times.
Ikagonga mwamba 4 times because my dad was there. So mi sasa nikaanza kufikiria how else will I, because sasa nilikuwa nimeingiwa na hiyo kitu ya kwenda, hiyo roho sasa ya kutaka kwenda.
Yes.
Yeah, so nikasema what else do? I need to try the US.
Yes.
Yeah, so by that time nikamaliza Strathmore, I graduated and then I had already started process ya kutafuta shule. I didn't even know how to figure that out and all that. But finally I was able to get a school. And luckily my dad was able to sponsor me, nikaenda for my masters huko, alafu nikaenda nikamaliza. But just to go back to why did I start this? You see, for me, because of the fact that I grew up in a very humble family before my dad came into my life,
yes,
I really know what struggles are. And even though my dad took care of me when it came to going abroad, I figured out that there is a lot of people out there who would love to go and look for opportunities on the other side, but they don't have the means, because you can imagine, as we said, how many families have that kind of money?
Yes.
Not many. And that's why you see a lot of people, they use any means. They'll just borrow a bank statement. They will claim maybe this is my uncle, and maybe hata si uncle yake, and this person will pay for my education on the other side, for them just to get the visa to go.
Yeah.
With also thinking that when they're on the other side, they'll just, they'll be able to work, alafu walipe school fees, wakae maisha poa, watume pesa zingine. But it's actually not. Yes, you see, before you get there, it's not really the way it is. Hapana. It's usually not that's usually not how these are.
Sasa fare yako ndio
hiyo
wewe nenda.
So mtu anachangiwa hapo uende. Ukifika hapo utaenda shule aje. You need to pay school fees. You don't have the money. Now, if you go as a student, you're only allowed to work in school, not outside the school. And you can only work for only 20 hours a week.
All right.
You're basically working part-time because ulienda kusoma, si ati ulienda kufanya kazi.
Yes.
And the kind of jobs zenye unaweza pata shule, it's jobs zenye they pay you just the minimum wage.
Yes.
Si ati ni job poa vile.
Yes.
Yeah, unakuta maybe jobs zenye unafanya ni kama maybe clean huko. Ama maybe kupika pizza or burgers. Vitu
Hapo
tu.
shuleni.
Yeah, shule tu, yeah.
All right.
And those ones will pay you like a minimum wage. Minimum wage, depending with the state yenye uko, inaweza kuwa maybe around let's say $10 an hour.
$10 an hour. Wow.
So $10 an hour, you're only allowed to work 20 hours a week. That's $200. So in a month, you have $800. Shule you need for a year, let's say for example, you're going for a master's program venye nilienda, you need around $50,000 just for tuition and living expenses. $50,000 on average.
On average.
Sasa atuongei kama shule kama akina Harvard hizo kubwa. Those ones you can pay even 80, 100. We are talking about just normal state university. Around 50,000. 50,000 a year. That basically means you need around maybe 4,000 something a month. Na unasikia sasa umeenda una pesa, ulichukua bank statement huku. Umeenda una pesa ya shule na ya kukaa huko.
Yeah.
So,
and what you can make is $800.
You can make $800 a month.
A month.
Yes.
And you need
legally,
4,000.
You need around 4,000 just to be able to keep yourself in school and live comfortably. Your
So
deficit ingine utasurvive aje? See, now that's the question.
That's 3,200.
Yes.
Hiyo deficit utaitoa wapi?
Utaitoa wapi?
Na uko stateau na uko solo.
Na uko stateau na uko solo and you have a family back home because unakumbuka ulichangiwa kwenda huko.
Oh yes.
And maybe, that auntie of viewers, uncle mwenye alitoa kakitu anataka umrushie.
Oh yes. Because uko majuu.
Uko majuu.
Uko majuu bwana.
Yes, the moment you're on the plane, that's it. Wewe sasa you have to pay back.
Yes.
Black tax. Ndivyo wanaita.
Na wewe uko na deni huko.
Uko na deni huko. You have to go through school. And the other problem is, if you don't go through, let's say for example, usinasikia sasa, wewe maybe unapata 800.
Yes.
And you can't be able to pay for the school fees, you basically have to drop out of school. The moment you drop out of school, you become an illegal immigrant.
Wow.
Which also creates a lot of problems.
Wow.
Okay. Unaona kama saizi, for example, the Trump administration, they are really cracking down on those people who don't have the right documents.
Yes.
By the way, in the US, there's about almost 15 million people without the right documents to live and work there. Quite a number of them. Yeah, quite a number of them. They went there as visitors. They went there as students. But also the majority ni wale wenye wana cross the border between the US and Mexico. Nakumbuka kuna hiyo border yenye Trump alikuwa anataka kuweka wall.
Yes.
So there's a lot of Mexicans when you wanna cross the border to basically come to because you see Mexico is the third world country that sits right next to a first world country. Yes. So a lot of people cross the border, they die along the way. So if you don't pay the school fees, you basically drop out of school. You have basically no papers to live and work there. And the problem is, if you don't have the right documents now to work or to live there, even though you are bright, hata kama ulikuwa umepata A huku, ulikuwa umeenda huko America na hiyo A yako, unaenda shule na una makaratasi, it becomes very hard for you to actually get a job ya corporate.
So now you're a student from Kenya, you've done well. Wewe ni A material kabisa, umekwenda stateau. You didn't have the money. You lied your way to America, like so many of us would have done anyway. Umefika pale, umeingia shule, and now you actually cannot survive. You actually cannot even pay the school fees. People in Kenya are depending on you. You drop out of school.
Drop out of
And
school.
this is how you actually become an illegal immigrant.
Yes, they say you fall out of status.
You fall out of status.
You fall out of
Sasa
status.
hauko kwa rada.
Hauko kwa rada. And you see also, even though you hauko kwa rada, you still have to survive there.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically what happens is you can't really be able to work in a corporate job. Let's say, for example, kazi tu ya ofisi. Yeah.
Yes.
So you basically have to figure out how to work chini ya maji, basically.
Sasa unaoperate chini ya maji sasa.
Operate chini ya maji because you don't have the right documents.
Yeah.
And of course, these are jobs that chini ya maji. It's not like they are paying that well. And maybe you have to do a lot of, work crazy hours, put in a lot of hours for you to make at least some really good money. Even though you have the brains. Remember, umeenda huko wewe ulipata hata A.
Yes.
But you can't get those jobs because of the fact that you don't have the papers.
So una flip mabagas huko ile
Huko
mbaya.
tu hizo,
Unaosha vyombo mbaya.
Yeah. There's a lot of jobs though hizo, but you have to do a lot of hours for you to make a living out of it.
How do you come in? How do you come in with your company as the CEO right now? How do you come in with International Scholars Program?
Yeah.
Kwa jahazi. So that a Kenyan who is in the States right now,
Yes.
Donald Trump akisema illegal immigrants. Naamka asubuhi vizuri,
Yeah.
anaendesha gari vizuri.
You don't have to worry about being in that situation.
Yeah. Kitu inaweza kushtua sana.
Yeah. So what we do in the International Scholars Program, so I basically came up with a solution to solve the problem of funding. Because as you've said, the funding aspect...
That's the main issue.
Yeah, that's actually the funding issue is the one that in a letter is issues zingine later on because you are not able to go through school and all that if you are going there as a student. Now, because I went there as a student, I understood that. Even though, for example, for me, I didn't have a problem of school fees because when nimekuambia, my dad had taken care of you. But I grew up knowing shida ni nini.
Yes.
So I came up with a program basically to solve that problem where we can be able, remember we said like a lot of families don't have that kind of money to go there. So rather than you having to worry about, nitatoa bank statement wapi, that, nitasoma huko wapi, we basically finance you.
All right.
To go and study.
Okay. All right.
And we finance you fully. We've been doing this for the last 8 years and we started fully financing, and it's usually unsecured loan.
Really?
Yes.
Fully means everything.
Everything. Basically your tuition, your living expenses, and also additionally, because this process of going abroad requires money as well. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
You may have a full scholarship on the other side. Full. But unfortunately, a lot of people also, they cannot take themselves from here to the other side because this process of going requires also money.
Relocating.
Yeah, relocation cost. There's a relocation cost that is there because you see, when you think of moving abroad, let's say, for example, as a student, most of the people will think like, I only need money for visa and air ticket. That's usually what comes in your mind, right? Pesa ya visa pale embassy, na tikiti ya ndege. But hapana, that's just some of the costs.
Yeah.
You need money, for example, for applying to schools. You need money for enrollment deposit to the school. Some schools will charge you up to like $2,000 depending on the schools that you are going to.
Yeah.
You need money for entrance exams. Kuna exams zenye unaweza fanya, SATs, kuna GMAT, kuna GRE kama unaenda as a master student. You need money for visa. You need money for something called service. You need money for medicals zenye utafanya.
Yes.
Before you register for classes, also you need insurance, medical insurance. You'll also need money. For example, ukifika pande ile utaenda shule aje, you need money to transfer yourself. You need money for the air ticket. You need money for the accommodation kwenye utaenda ukae. So that process ya kwenda, we also finance that
na
also.
Kukula jamani.
Na kukula.
Yes.
So we finance that also as unsecured loan.
All right.
And
For the entire program?
For the entire program, yes. So the way I was able to do that, because you see also, when you're starting something like this also, my company was very small. I started 8 years ago.
Yes.
In 2018. But we didn't have the money because like where can I get the 7 million to finance all anyone who is interested in getting in, right?
Yeah.
So I had to figure out where to get that money. So we have a partnership with with a banking institution on the other side that actually facilitates that money for us. Yeah, whatever that is needed by a student for tuition and living expenses,
Yes.
it's taken care of by our lending partner.
All right.
Now, where we come in also on the other side directly as a company is this relocation portion as well. So this one is not financed by by our lending partner. This one is money that comes directly from the International Scholars Program, but this money comes from what the students contributes into the program.
All right.
Yeah, so rather than, because this process ya kwenda, you need about $5,000 to successfully go and be comfortable on the other side, just to
Yes.
go.
Yes, and settle.
Yeah,
Just
and settle, yeah.
Yes.
So that $5,000, rather than you having also to worry about the $5,000 and the money on the other side, we also
And bank
take
statements.
Yeah, and bank statements. We take care of this 5,000 as well, but you have to put in something for you to get into the program, which we normally call the contribution. And we use that money. It's more or less like putting money in a revolving fund, and that revolving fund is the one that we use for the students who are relocating.
All right.
Because, you see, when students join the program, they are not going to America every single day. So we have students joining on a daily basis. Every day we have at least a student joining the program.
Okay.
But we don't have a student going to America every day.
Okay.
So they put in money. Usually for us, it's right now it's 1,500. Before it used to be 1,100. It's 1,500 at the moment. You put in $1,500 to get into the program. Once we approve you, you put in $1,500 to get into the program. That is the money, and another student puts in like that, and we have enough money to support those who are leaving. Yeah. So once you have the $1,500 into the program, you don't need any other money. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All you need for the International Scholars Program is for you to figure out where to get the $1,500, get into the program, and the rest will take care of it. From air tickets, visa fees, whatever, accommodation, tuition, whatever on the other side, we take care of all that.
All right. But
Yes.
it's a guarantee.
Now, that's another thing also that I always like really addressing. Because you see also, Alex, this process of going and studying abroad, or even generally, hii mambo ya kwenda majuu, there's a lot of noise about, sijui nini, I was conned this,
Yes.
what, this,
Yes.
that, all those things.
Yes.
And a lot of people actually get into this process without really understanding it very well. A lot of people think like, because of the fact that maybe I've put in some money somewhere, I'm guaranteed to go.
Yes.
Like in visa nitapewa.
Ndio.
Or maybe even some agents out there, maybe they kind of like maybe promise these things. But actually, when it comes to moving abroad, I think in all the countries, the visa is never guaranteed.
Yes.
Yes, you could start the process,
Yes.
but you can be denied the visa. I've just told you, I was denied visa 4 times.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's one of those processes where I always say, like, if you really want to get into this process, you have to be someone who is very patient
Yeah.
and someone who is very resilient.
Okay.
Because of the fact that if you get denied visa once,
Yes.
you want someone who can basically dust themselves up and then go again and again and again and again.
Yes.
Because even in our program,
Because you also did that. You did the
I
same.
did that, yes. I got my visa at the 5th attempt.
I know a friend of mine who never gave up also. He's from
Yes.
Mombasa. He's a very good friend of mine, like a family friend. He tried so many times. Paka nikawa namuuliza, boss, so
Hii ni
wacha
ya nini
ninayo
sasa,
bwana."
yeah.
You know, eventually, alikubaliwa.
Alipata.
Eventually alienda.
Yes.
Eventually alienda,
In
yes.
fact, I always
so you
tell...
can't give up.
Yeah. In fact, I always tell even some of our students, because we get students actually getting denied visa in our program. Although we have a very, very, very intensive visa coaching program within the program,
Yeah.
we take students through the training,
Yeah.
how to answer questions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We have mocks.
Okay.
We analyze
Oh, before
them.
they go for the
Before
visa.
they go to the embassy. Yeah, because
All
you
right.
have to know what you're going to go and say there.
Yes.
But still, it's never guaranteed. In fact, statistics show that Africans, visa approval rates for Africans, it's below 30%. In fact, for Kenya,
Yes.
visa approval rate, the last one, I think it was in 2024, it was about, I think, 23, 24%.
Wow.
So basically, over 75% of Kenyans
Are denied.
denied visas. Yes. So if you cannot stomach the fact that you can be denied a visa, I always advise someone, don't try it.
Don't try it.
Yes, don't. Don't. You have to be someone who is ready to be denied. No, you can do the
You must
math.
be angry.
The odds of you getting the visa, 25%.
So being denied is a reality.
It's a reality. And also that's also part of also what we try to do also in the program because of the fact that personally I went through those challenges.
Yeah.
So we try to also help our students, train them and all that as part of the process because also we don't want somebody getting into the program, putting in that amount of money that we just said, and then getting denied. Although people still get denied.
But for international scholars program, Apple,
Yes.
Dani, what are the odds? What are the rates?
Very good question. Now, for example, this January, we just relocated 115 students.
To the States?
Normally, we send students to the US in January and August.
Oh,
Averagely, in the last 2-3 years, we send about 200 students to the US every year.
200
At least
students?
200 students, yes.
every year.
Every year.
200
yes.
students go.
At least 200.
Under a program.
Yes.
Wow.
So this January alone, we sent 115 students. But those 115, our visa approval rate was about 40%.
Or your visa approval rate.
Our
At least
visa
much better
approval
than
rates for
Kenya.
the program.
Okay.
We always perform better than typical average for Kenyans and Africa
All
because
right.
of the fact of the work that we put behind the scenes. Because we
Yeah.
understand the process. Me myself, I know the process, what
Okay.
it takes for you to get a visa.
All right.
But still, even though it's 40%, you can still see there's a 60%
Iko hapo.
iko hapo.
Iko hapo
mtu
bado,
atanyimwa.
haijaenda.
Yeah. And I always like talking about these things because you don't want somebody to just start the process blindly.
Yes.
Without knowing that there's a chance that you can be denied a visa.
Yes.
And like I said, you have to be somebody who is very patient and someone who is resilient so that if you are denied, you can always go back.
All right.
Again and again and again. Maybe out of those 115 students that got our visas this January that we sent to the US, probably maybe around 50, it was like maybe the second, third attempt.
Oh, okay.
Out
all
of
right.
that. At least half of them.
I get your point.
It's maybe 30, 40 around there. That was maybe their second or third attempt. Yeah.
We've had an issue with some companies
Yes.
in this country. They have been, in the news everywhere, newspaper, TV and stuff, and Kenyans have been warned about some companies in this country. International Scholars Program.
Yeah.
Are you guys regulated here in Kenya?
Actually, that's a very good question.
Yeah.
We are accredited by the Commission for University Education, CUE.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our accreditation here in Kenya.
All right.
So that's one of the.
So Kenya inawajua na inawatambua
Yes.
for the last 8 years.
Yes.
All right.
Inajua,
And
inatutambua.
they know what you guys are doing.
They know what we do. Yeah, we have all
right.
that accreditation in Kenya and
Do
in
you
the
have an
US.
office in Kenya?
Yes, we have an office at the Mirage Towers
Okay.
in Westlands. We are on the 8th floor. And also we have an office in Meru. Although our Meru office is more of like our operations hub, really, rather than where students can just come. But still students go there and inquire about what we do.
And the offices have been there for how long now?
8 years.
8 years.
8 years, yes.
You guys
And also, we
operate-
have an office in the US, but for the US office, mostly even the students don't really get to interact with us there. It's mostly for maybe those who are already there, and maybe their families here. They call us, and then they get to know what we do, and then they reach out to their families on this side. Yeah.
The last time we were together tukipiga story nakumbuka ulinishow ilikuwa ni Kenya Scholarship Program.
Tulikuwa tunaitwa the Kenya Airlift Program.
Kenya Airlift Program.
Yeah.
That's the name.
That was the
I
name.
remember.
Yeah, before 2023.
Alafu,
So, you see,
what happened?
So I started this idea
Yes.
with the intention of basically helping Kenyans.
Yes.
Yeah. But you see also, when you have a business and as the business evolves, you tend to see how things are working and try to fix things here and there. So at some point also, we started seeing a lot of interest from other African, students from other African countries. And it was at that point that I said, you know what? I think it's good that we come up with a name that is kind of like, doesn't sound like it's a Kenyan thing. So that even if maybe a student who is in Tanzania or Uganda or wherever they want to join the program, they don't feel like this is a Kenyan thing. They will be free to join. So we renamed the program to International Scholars Program. Yeah.
Right now you have students not just from Kenya but other countries in
Yeah,
Africa.
we have students from. In fact, we also have an office in Kampala, Uganda. We have students from there. You have somebody who is running that office as a partner. We have students from Uganda. You have students from Liberia. You have students from Tanzania. We have students from Zimbabwe. Yeah, so we had an office in Zimbabwe at some point, but because this Trump thing, they stopped all that, so we put a hold in recruiting students from there.
All right.
Yeah. So we are not recruiting students from Zimbabwe anymore.
Okay.
At the moment.
I know there's this program, this U.S. permanent residency program that you guys are running.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. How, when did you start it, and how does it work, and who qualifies?
Yeah. All right, cool. So, like I told you, we started 8 years ago, basically supporting master's students.
Yeah.
And the reason why I picked masters is because of the fact that I went to the US as a master's student. So when you're starting a business, you want to start from a point where you know what you are doing.
Yes.
So because I went there as a master's student, I couldn't do anything else other than support, because I was basically trying to help through the challenges that I personally faced.
Yeah.
But of course, with time, you start seeing other opportunities, just learning a few things here and there.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that we noticed is that there's a lot of skilled people.
Yeah.
People with a lot of skills here.
Yeah. Kenyans have skills.
Yeah. Watu ma-engineers, watu wako na akili.
Yes.
And maybe they are old enough and they just they want to move abroad, but they don't want to go as students.
Yes, I'm one of them.
Yeah.
Mi unipeleke bwana. Unitoe huku.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people like you, right? You don't want to go back to school.
Yes.
Maybe you are that 540 like me or you.
Yes.
You don't want to go back to school.
Yes.
So, having just a master's program, it was forcing, because normally we take anybody below 50 for a master's program. You see, we have quite a number of our members who are 40-something when you are masters. But it's because of the fact that there was no other pathway for them to move to the other side. They are very much interested in going on the other side, but because it was only the masters that we had, they couldn't get into the program. So I thought about that. And we started something called Permanent Residency Pathway. So we expanded the program to include other pathways. Okay. One of them is the academic study, which our master's program is part of. Also, we've opened a program for undergrad, but undergrad wanajilipia though. We don't support them financially. We also have a pathway for vocational training for those who maybe want to do those TVET courses. They can go through that. We don't finance that as well.
Yeah.
And also those who want to do cultural exchange. But now, because you've talked about you've asked about the permanent residency, that's a program for skilled Kenyans or Africans who really want to go there as permanent residents.
Yes.
Now, I'll explain to you how and why this is possible. Now, typically, if you, Alex, want to go as a skilled immigrant to the US, other than the usual, unajua kuna hiyo inaitangwa lottery, green card lottery yenye watu wanashindanga wanaenda.
Yes.
Outside of that, one of the other ways that you can actually go there as a skilled immigrant is basically you finding a company there. The company sponsors you, gives you a job offer, and sponsors you to get a green card and go and work for them. Okay, that's the typical route.
All right.
Yeah, as a skilled immigrant.
I get you.
But you can imagine, Alex, even though there's, of course, companies out there in the US, so many of them that also would be willing to take some of the talent that is here, a lot of people here who have all these skills, they cannot figure out how to find those opportunities there. They can't find those companies.
Yes.
They don't know which company is sponsoring
and which company is advertising.
Which companies? It's so hard. Yeah, where do I? Yeah, where?
I'm asking myself right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's those questions.
Yeah.
And me, as someone who is always looking for, trying to find problems and trying to solve them.
Yeah.
I was like, there has to be a way where somebody like you who may be interested in going there legally,
Yeah.
they don't want to go there as a visitor. They don't want to go there as a student, but they want to go there as permanent residents, ready to live and work permanently as green card holders.
Yeah.
And that's when we started this program. So what happens is this, because I said typically you have to find a company that is willing to sponsor you.
Yeah.
Okay, and then now you go there as a green card holder. But there is also actually a way that you can ask the U.S. government to there's a way that you can petition the U.S. government to give you a green card because the skills or the qualities that you have in terms of your brains and all that, they are so important to the U.S. economy that if you go there, you'll be so valuable to them. I don't know whether I'm making sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So
They need you
yeah. So they need your skills
more than you need them.
more than you need them. So you tell them, hey, you guys.
Jalango, my friend used to say, work so hard.
Yes.
If you can work out, the company needs
Needs
you
you
more than
you
need it.
need them. Yes.
So now you're telling America, you need me.
Yes.
I am so good.
Yes.
I can actually
bring
so much
yes,
value.
I can bring so much value to your economy. So for that, give me a green card.
Okay.
That as
Sio
simple
patapotea.
as simple as that.
All right.
Yes. I'm so highly skilled.
Yeah.
I have done a lot of work here.
Yes.
And my work
Yes.
is of national importance.
Yeah.
And it will benefit the U.S. economy. So for that case, please give me a green card.
Wow.
So it's possible to do that, but a lot of people don't know much about it. And actually, I'm happy that you are here to talk about these things because there's a lot of people out there who would be interested in this kind of things, but they don't know. Yeah. Because, well, in as much as you are saying, hey, you know what, you tell the U.S. government that you have the skills and they should give you a green card, it's not as straightforward as it sounds.
Yes. Yes.
It's
a process.
It's a process.
Yes.
It's a very complex process in fact.
Yeah.
Now, just to give you an idea, so that petition that we are talking about, like telling the U.S. government that you have these skills, you submit something called an endeavor. An endeavor is basically you writing at least a 50-page document. 50-page.
Yes.
At least.
Yes.
It can be 100, it can be 200.
Yes, but minimum.
But averagely, 50.
Hapo sasa tayari mimi niweke nje.
Yes.
Let's continue. Hapo niko nje tayari.
So this endeavor,
You have
so
to
it forms your petition.
Yes.
So telling the U.S. government that when I get there,
Yes.
this is what I'll do.
Yes.
This and this and this. Because of the skills that I have, this is what I'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically to come up with those ideas, how to craft that petition for yourself, and all, that's really where now we come in as a program.
All right.
Because also, other than just writing that long petition, also part of that is basically what you put in as your supporting paperwork.
All right.
There's a lot of recommendations that you have to get. You know, typically at least maybe 6-7 recommendations from people within your space.
Yes.
When you wanakujua as in Alex is this, huyu ako sawa.
Yes.
Yes, and they possess this and this and this. Vitu zenye zinaweza kuwa verified.
Yes.
And also,
you
also need like you've been. Like, for example, if you've done something so important, something that is of national importance, maybe you've won some awards, you have published maybe some research work, things like those.
Yeah.
So you also have to show those things. And for you to package the whole thing, you can still do it yourself if you want to, but it's one of those things that you really need a company like ours to help you package yourself in a way that you can be able now to petition without you having to worry about chances of being denied. Because also another thing that I need to say that, well, even though, yes, you may be qualified and all that, there's also, these things of moving abroad, usually you have to also to be aware that nothing is 100% guaranteed. Because in as much as, yes, we will be supporting you and helping you with your case and all that.
Yeah.
part of the process we have no control of.
Yes, it's true.
Visas.
Because you don't make the decision.
We don't make the decisions.
Yeah,
It's
you're not at the
basically the US.
embassy.
Yes,
You don't have an office at the embassy.
It's the embassy
Yeah.
that makes the decision.
Yeah.
Embassy hata ijui kama hata international scholars program iko
Yeah.
hawajui.
Yeah.
So it's always very important that people
Yeah.
know these things.
Yeah.
So even for this, also this EB2 NIW, this permanent residency pathway, actually we call it EB2 NIW. It's a bit technical, but EB2 basically means employment-based category of a visa under the national interest waiver, which is what NIW means. National interest waiver basically means the US government is waiving the requirement for you to have a company that should sponsor you for you to get a green card. And in this case, they are waiving that requirement so that you can actually get a green card without a job offer. Yeah, because of the skills that you possess.
All right.
Yeah. So that's really what the program is all about. And it's a very complex process, which hopefully maybe anyone who is watching this, maybe they'll be able to gather maybe a thing or two. Or in case they are more interested, we'll be more than happy to give them more information about how they can be able to get all that.
Wow.
Yeah, but that's really what we support with. And then also additionally for that also, once you get on the other side, you see also, in as much as, yes, you've told the US government you want to petition, in as much as you've petitioned the US government to give you the green card,
Yeah.
it's not like you have a job. Ni
job
green card
hujapata.
tumepata.
Yes.
So when you
Wamekubali.
get there, So when you get there, how do you now start life there? Okay, so also as a program, we come in, we'll help you in, basically settling down, adjusting there, figuring things out, all those things,
All right.
And also as a program, also we also financially support you. Once you get your approval for that petition and you get your visa, because also you still have to go through the embassy and get the visa.
It's true.
The approval happens on the other side, in the US. Yeah, then once you get approved, then you start now the process ya kwenda embassy and to get the actual green card visa for you to enable you to relocate. So once you get there, also we can help you with the financing for you to kwenye utakaa, your apartment, basically for you to start life afresh.
Yes.
So we also help with that.
No,
Make
no,
things much more easier for you.
And this is not a student now.
This is not a
person-
student. This is a
Who
skill.
is your
This is
hosted?
somebody like you. This
Yes.
is someone like me.
I have lived
This
a
is
good
not a
life in
student.
Nairobi.
Yes, these are
Yeah.
people basically. We are talking of like engineers, scientists,
Yes.
people like you who have been
Yeah.
in business, in
Yes.
media.
Yeah.
By the way, it's not about, it's not for people who are like into science or engineering or whatever. Anyone.
Yeah,
but
all right.
somebody who has been doing something tangible, something that is of national importance and something that can be proved.
Hii program ilianza lini?
So this program, we've not been running it for so long.
Okay.
Because of the fact that, like I told you, for the last 8 years, basically all we've been doing is sending students to the
Yes.
US.
Yes.
But with time, we started thinking about this. Last year, we started piloting the program
Okay.
for our members of the program who are already in the US.
Okay.
Yes. So we started piloting. Once we were comfortable that everything that we were doing went well, that's when now we opened the program this January.
Okay.
So that now we can now start talking about it and getting people to get into it and just get to understand how this thing works. And for those who are interested, then they can start the process. But it's a process that actually would take about 2 to 3 years.
Oh, 2 to 3 years.
It's not something that you'll start today and
course.
then the next month or 6 months it's done. No.
How much do I need to enter the program?
So for that one, for
Yes.
the EB2 and NW permanent residency pathway, it's a costly program.
All right.
This is not like the student one. Because you see, like I told you, for the students one, you're just putting in $1,500. We'll take care of the relocation cost. You don't have to worry about tuition and living expenses. But this program, just for us to put you into the program, our consultation fee is $3,100.
Okay.
Yeah, but typically, that kind of amount, we've actually discounted it because typically, if you want to really have a company help you with the petition, most of the time you'll pay around $10,000. Yeah, most companies out there, because there's companies that actually do this.
Okay.
But most companies out there will charge you the region of $10,000. The reason why we are doing it at $3,100 is because we've not been doing this for so long. We only did the pilot for last year for some of our members. They were successful, and now we are launching the program. And as the program grows, of course, with time, it's not going to be $3,100.
Yeah.
And that's just our consultation fees. But also, additionally, there's usually other costs that are involved in this process. But those costs are directly to the government.
Okay.
Yeah, so ukianza your submission of your case, your petition, there is money that is involved that you have to pay to the US government for them to process the case.
Okay.
But typically, just to give you an idea, you need around maybe $6,000-7,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's
All
an
right.
investment in its own. Yeah. So you're basically investing in yourself, in your future.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to go and live there on the other side. Yeah.
Bob, we have to finish this episode. Like, before we do that, please tell me, there's someone who's watching right now and they're interested, Kabsa. They want to join the program.
Yeah.
They're seated there at home. They're saying, maybe this is it.
Yeah.
How do they join the program?
Well, for anyone who is out there who is interested in what we do, you could be a student who is interested in moving there as a master's student. We'll be more than happy to support you. And then, of course, if you are a very highly skilled person and who is interested in making the US your permanent residency, what you can do is you can go, the easiest way to do this is to go to our website. It's www.internationalscholarsprogram.com. Program, you spell it as PROGRAM. Go there, download our handbook based on the pathway of your choice, and just go through it, get to understand how things work. And if you feel like that's something that you'd want to pursue, you can reach out to our office. We are located at the Mirage Towers in Westlands on 8th floor. And like I said earlier, we also have an office in Meru. You can come there if you're in Kenya. Those are our two offices. For the US, we are based in Tampa, Florida. That's also where I live. And also, you have an office in Kampala. You can go there, check us out, and maybe now start the process. Now, the other thing that maybe you can possibly do is, because also you see also, these processes, sometimes a lot of people also want to do a lot of due diligence in terms of checking out whether this is legit,
Yes,
what are
yes,
some
yes.
of the, maybe, are there any success stories
Yes.
of what this guy was talking about. So we actually have a very active YouTube channel. It's the International Scholars Program. Anyone can go there on YouTube, search for us. They'll be able to, we have content every single day of our students who are living, like every single day we have a lot of information that we share on there. Also, all the social media platforms, we are also there as a program. And me as Bob, I'm very active on Facebook, by the way.
Okay.
Very, very active. And also a little bit on Instagram. So anybody who want to follow me and get to know what I do, Facebook especially, you can get me on Bob Mwiti, BOBMWITI. And then also on LinkedIn, it's also Bob Mwiti. So I think that's how they can be able to get in touch with us.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's Bob Mwiti, International Scholars Program. I'm telling you, details ziko hapa katika YouTube page ya kwetu. Unaweza kwenda pale pia ukacheck them out. All right? Kama hiyo itakusaidia kufika Marekani, usitusahau. Do not forget us here at AMTV. Thank you so much, Bob Mwiti.
Thank you,
Asante sana
bro.
for your time.
Thank you so much.
And I wish you all the best, bwana.
Thank you.
Ukirudi tena pia upitia AMTV.
I will.
Na uniachie dola.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you so much for watching. Asante sana. Until the next one, please share widely and please comment pale. Nitakuwa nasoma comments zako katika episode next. Kwa hivyo make sure pia umecomment hapa. Itakuwa nzuri sana. See you on the next one. Mimi ni chairman naitwa Alex Mwakide and this is AMTV. Salute kwako.